What's up everyone? Travis was evicted from the Big Brother house last night, but a new HOH has now been crowned. But who are they going to be targeting? You'll find that out right here, guys. So welcome to your live feed update. Right away, guys, I want you to let me know in the comment section what you think of Kyland being the brand new head of household. A massive congratulations to him from me. I am very, very happy with this. I'm happy because his team are going to be safe as well with Claire and Tiffany, players that I am rooting for. Just overall stoked with what's going to happen. But of course, expect the unexpected in Big Brother. Things can go sideways and we might not get what we want. But he is hoping we're going to have a good week ahead, guys. So let me know in the comments what you're thinking about Kyland being the brand new head of household. Now, whilst this is subject to change, Callum was discussing the potential of who his nominees could be just to himself, and he was saying, look, right, I've got my team and I've got the Kings that I want to keep safe. He said on top of the cookout as well, that throws 10 people in the mix, and he said if he takes Brent and Whitney out for some reason, I don't understand why he would take them off the equation, because they are definitely viable nominees. He's going to take them out of the equation. That leaves 3 people. So potentially, guys, so far, straight off the bat, we are looking at Frenchie, Brittany and Derek X as the potential target for the week. That's a combination of 3 people of who could end up on the block. All 3 could if someone wins the veto or anything like that. It might not even be them, but as of now, straight off the bat, that's what Kyland's saying. Kyland's strategy for the evening was not necessarily to talk game, but to question game, which I love, because coming out of this chaotic, incredible mayhem week of head of household from Frenchie, people need reassurance, people need stability, and that's exactly what Kyland's doing, and taking advantage to that by questioning people. He doesn't feel the need to say, I'm willing to do this, or I'm looking to do this, I'm hoping to put this person on the block. He doesn't need to do that, because people are so scared after that HOA train. All people want is safety and reassurance from the head of household. So with him asking questions, people are going to give him that information because they want reassurance. So I really respect the strategy that he went for there, rather than giving out stuff himself. All his strategy was to question people. Massive props to him, great gameplay. Brent quickly throwed Frenchie under the bus after being very, very buddy-buddy with him last week in the HOH rain. The power did go to Brent's head last week, but immediately now Brent has jumped ship and started telling Xavier, you know, I really want to trust Frenchie, and I do. But, you know, bull, guys, it's just, listen, right, pick a side, right? Are you going to say you trust him or you don't? Just, it's really kind of, there's no, I can't respect sometimes a game like that, because there's, you know, there's the side of gameplay I can respect where you're playing the house and, you know, you're playing all sides and all that, but do it in a way where you're impressed by it, like Danielle Reyes, or, you know, or like Will Kirby or anything. You know, when you go on like that, where you literally just like kiss someone's ass all week, and then literally the second that they're not HOH, sort of going, I trust them but I don't. Just like, if you're going to do it, just totally throw them under the bus. Don't do it in a wishy-washy way. I haven't got much respect for it. I had a feeling Brent could have potentially been a target this week, but with Kyland saying that he was taking Brent and Whitney off the cards as the person who could be nominated, the fact that he singled those 2 out makes me feel like they could potentially still be in the ballpark for potential nominees. I'd say it's probably looking more unlikely, but I'd still say the potential's there. All it takes is a few people to say things. Listen, Tiffany and Claire are going to have a field trip this week, and I can't wait to see the strategy and game talk that we get from them. I think it's going to be just level 1000 from them. I'm unbelievably impressed by Claire and Tiffany so far in this game, and, you know, because they've got sway with Kyland now, I wouldn't be surprised, because they wanted to target Brent. I wouldn't be surprised if they can get in Kyland's ear and somehow manage to persuade him to put Brent on the block, and I would be very impressed if they managed to do so. I would give them a bloody round of applause. I would already. I think they're both fantastic. Can't wait to see what they can do. Kyland told Sarah Beth, of all people, this is the only person he told, that he will not be gunning for her at all this week. She can feel safe. It's all good. He said he's not going to say that to anybody else, only SB, and they do seem to be very, very tight. They did make a final 2 early in the game, and I think they will hold to that. I think they both are working together, and they both just seem like really genuine people as well, so I do like that sort of final 2 there. And anyway, they talked about a potential group. Claire had approached Sarah Beth about this, and Sarah Beth was telling Kyland about it. This group I love so much. I would happily let this be the final 5. So they discussed the 5-person group that they could potentially start to make over the next couple of days, involving the two of them, Sarah, Beth and Kyland, and alongside them would be obviously Claire plus Derek X and Tiffany. Love that group. I think it's fantastic. I think people are within that group though are joined to other people, which would make it hard for them to get to F5, but if they really sort of put their heads together, I wouldn't be surprised if they could break down the Slaughterhouse up, because I know there's a couple of Slaughterhouse members there, but listen, right, I don't think people are that loyal to the Slaughterhouse. It's one of those groups where people go, oh, Frenchie's not head of household anymore. We're not that bothered about that group. I wouldn't be surprised if it starts to dissolve and show cracks. Now, I did tweet, I think it was last week or maybe a couple of days ago. I said, well, I think it was maybe the back end of last week, yeah. I said, listen, it's going to be 2 weeks max until there's a crack in the Slaughterhouse, and I still stand by that. There's a crack incoming. You just wait for it, guys. Derek X is starting to take the blame, or people are starting to blame him as the rogue vote this week. He was obviously going to be the person that people would pin it on. People were saying all week, please, Derek, just vote with the house. And he did. Props to him. But Derek needed to work to find out who was going to throw that. Because, listen, we should have expected a rogue vote, because it's easy to pin it on Derek X. Derek X should have been working to try and find out who that was, so he could get the target off his back immediately. But it's on him now, and people are starting to believe it. I think there was one point where Derek F was pretending to cover for a vote, and I think it was Brent and Xavier was saying there's no way nobody would do that and just take the cover of it, so they totally think it was Derek F as one of them. But Tiffany, I don't think anyone's really jumped on it yet. I think there's rumours that Frenchie had asked Tiffany to do it, but Frenchie hasn't said anything. Tiffany might be getting away with this, and she's basically pinned a target on somebody else. Great gameplay. I've said it before and I'll say it again. She's reminded me very much of Danielle Reyes. I know that's high hopes, but I've got high hopes for Tiffany. Once again, I'm incredibly impressed with Tiffany and Claire talking strategy, and Sarah Beth was involved in this one as well. Just brilliant to watch. They were sort of discussing the fact that it was Sarah had said, listen, she just chatted with Xavier and a couple of the other guys, and they'd said that they feel good with Kyland being the head of household this week, and then immediately they twigged on and said, 100% that Kai is definitely in an alliance with them, and potentially Frenchie alongside that, because you don't just straight off the back go, yeah, I'm feeling safe. Why would they? I mean, you don't often see them hang around like all the time in the house, so I mean there's obviously a reason why they're feeling good. So they discussed that, and then Tiffany and Claire were chiming in saying, yep, 100%, we know that there's a big alliance, we're not a part of it, we think it's the guys plus Whitney and Alyssa. Hit the nail on the head, boom, massive congratulations to them. They cracked that so many years previously on Big Brother. People have in the past couple of years, there's been the big alliance, and people have gone, it's there, but I don't know who's in it, and it's so obvious. These guys have cracked it already. The Slaughterhouse has been difficult for us viewers to understand, and Tiffany and Claire and Sarah have just cracked the Slaughterhouse. That's brilliant, and I'm very, very impressed. And I have no doubt in my mind whatsoever that if they win head of household, they're going to put a crack right in the middle of it. They're not going to mess around, and I wouldn't be surprised if Claire and Tiffany actually try and somehow persuade Kai to maybe get a Slaughterhouse member out this week. It's going to be a difficult feat. It will be difficult to pull off. There's no doubt about that. But if anybody's going to be able to sway it, I would say it's Claire and Tiffany. But I do believe that if they do win head of household, they're not the type of people to do sort of wishy-washy nominations and not get the job done. We want to see people actually, like old school Big Brother, people winning head of household and using the HOH to better their game, not to better the house's game. The house ain't going to win. One person's going to win the 750 Gs. So I want to see people playing the damn game. Probably one of the most recent times I've seen somebody actually take a stance in Big Brother history and actually try and get the job done on 1 week was when Jess won her head of household in Big Brother 21, and she put Jack and Jackson on the block because people were winning time after time that weren't Jack and Jackson, and they should have took the hit. I know Cliff attempted and then backfired, and he had to take out Bella instead, but Jess pulled the whole thing off, and she managed to get one of the big hitters out. It's very rare when we see somebody actually take a big hitter out with the HOH until later down the line these days. So I do believe that Claire and Tiffany could be the people to do that, potentially even Sarah Beth, should they rise to power. Game talk continued a little bit for the rest of the night, but the biggest thing we saw towards the end of the night was Sarah saying to Tiffany, we need to get Brent out this week, so we know that what her target is, and like I've discussed many times in this video, it really all comes down to if they can sway Kai. With Sarah being extremely tight with Kai, and Kai being promised literally Sarah, the only person in the house he's promised safety this week, with her being in Kai's ear, plus his teammates being Tiffany and Claire. If those three can plant seeds, listen, 3 people, that's huge. That's a huge advantage if 3 people can plant the same seed, and also they're all talking to each other and they can decide what strategy they're going to use to get into Kai's ears. They can pull this off. Mark my words, guys, they can pull this off. They might not, but they can pull this off if they can do it properly. That's what they can do. And I'm saying that this is a piece to camera moment. I'm staring at the camera. I'm talking boldly. I'm talking hopefully as well. They can do this. That is all of your live feed updates for today, folks. I thoroughly hope you all enjoyed watching, and I hope you are all happy with the brand new head. I couldn't get my words out there. I hope you're all happy with the brand new head of household, Kyle. And guys, join me in congratulating him in the comment section, and let me know who you think he is going to nominate. Who do you think the target's going to be? Just all your thoughts on Big Brother so far. Were you happy to see Travis go last night? Were you sad to see Travis go? Just anything, guys. Let me know in the comment section. But guys, again, thank you so damn much for watching. I say it every damn time because I mean it so much. I really do appreciate every single last one of you guys. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay positive out there, guys. Be kind to one another. But in the meantime, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Do all of that stuff. But until your next live feed update, I've been your host, Tom Vasey. Good night.